Absolutely. You know, you can feel good through camp and diet and do all the necessary things to make the weight, but you really don't know how well you're going to feel the night of the fight. So you just got to just pay attention to Pedraza and see if he still has a lot left in the tank.
And he turned to us yesterday, Tim, when we were getting into a hefty conversation about the strategy that he wants to employ. And he said he wants a high-volume pace against Keyshawn.
That's dangerous. Yes, I hear what he's saying, but at the same time, it's dangerous because Keyshawn is a prolific counterpuncher. Look for the right hand over the jab of Pedraza from Keyshawn. If he jabs from the wrong distance, expect that right hand to come over the top.
Pedraza hasn't fought at 135 pounds since May of 2019. Got to come over the top with a right hand against that jab of Davis.
See Pedraza pushing that pace, Tess. That's it. He told us in the fighter meeting that he wants to push the pace. He's doing it now, but there's a ton of bouncing from him, wasting a lot of energy. That could show up late in the fight now.
Good job.
Way off of a year and 5 days. Said I needed that kind of a rest. Feels ready, feels recharged.
Keyshawn is really economical with his offense. He'll let his hands go when he feels necessary. He just doesn't throw caution to the wind.
And when it comes to the CompuBox stats, when you sit there and you try to look through and come up with analysis with Keyshawn Davis, you go back to that last fight on October 14th, a bit of a speed bump in this stage of his career, like a lot of top prospects often do. But in that fight against Nahir Albright, that was a majority decision win that was eventually changed to a no contest. That was the first time in his career where there was an opponent who actually even outlanded him in a single round.
Yes, Keyshawn played, got hurt with a shot, respected the power. I asked him, I was like, did you fall asleep in there? Or, you know, why did you play defense? And he said it had a lot to do with his actual physical well-being. He said that, you know, the marijuana was the issue for him. He said he's quit the marijuana now. He said he feels stronger in practice now. He feels like he has the wind to go as many rounds as need or necessary, and his work as hard as he needs to work throughout the course of the fight.
Continue that conversation in a moment. Pedraza continues to try to come forward, and Davis able to get out of the way of that offensive attack. But what you're noting is back on October 14th, he had a majority decision win against Albright. The Texas Commission then changed the result of that fight to a no contest after he exceeded the levels for cannabis consumption. Here's Davis.
I feel like me and my last opponent put on a great performance for the fans. As we all know, I got suspended for marijuana. I just felt like that was, you know, holding me back physically. I talked with God and he told me it's time to put that down. It's time for you to live up to your full potential. And I feel like now, man, I'm back and healthy, man. I'm ready. I've been winning a lot of these fights behind pure talent. Now that I'm actually physically capable of pushing myself to the limit, I want to see how much I can do this fight, because on the other fights, it was just me being talented and I know I'm going to win because I'm good. But this time, I'm actually physically capable of doing anything I want every round. I just got to go in there and get the job done.
Number 2.
Now, Keyshawn Davis has recently opened up and has talked about issues in his life, going back some years as to why he started smoking, Tim. He said, listen, some serious mental health issues. And throughout that process, he was smoking. And then he told us yesterday how noticeable it is in the course of the recent training camp, in which he has, as he says, put down the weed, and he's a better person in every way.
Oh, absolutely. That had to be tough for him, especially when you get consistent with using a drug like that. However, it definitely will allow you to have better lungs. Anything you think about it, anything you put into your lungs is going to affect it. No matter what it is, it's going to affect it some way, shape, or form. Now, if you look at his last 2 performances, they've been subpar. You know, been a lot of lulls in action from him. He's going to have to be the complete package tonight, Tess, because it looks like Pedraza right now is starting to get himself into a rhythm.
He had a 14-10 connect advantage in round one. Round two of our co-feature, as you see right now in the locker room. There is the world champion, Teofimo Lopez. Two-division world champion at this point. Of course, was undisputed at 135 pounds. And now the lineal champion, the Ring Magazine belt champion at 140 pounds after that phenomenal performance against Josh Taylor back in New York to start last summer.
All right, stop. Go. Jose, let the arm go.
Pedraza really trying to just push the pace, force an inside fight. I don't know if he's the stronger man in there. Remember, coming down from 140 pounds, yes, you consider him the bigger man. However, Keyshawn's younger. He's strong for the weight class.
Oh, it's a good right hand as Pedraza crossed that threshold. Then a left hook comes in from Keyshawn Davis.
All created by his footwork, moving laterally and then stopping on a dime.
Three-punch combination by Davis. Pedraza back to the inside, trying to stay right in that pocket, trying to press the action against the young undefeated fighter.
Get him up, Keyshawn, just a little bit. Let the arm go, Keyshawn. Keyshawn, let it go.
Keyshawn is throwing these subtle body shots on the inside, small little punches on the inside that can show up later in the fight. When you're landing body shots like that on your opponent, it's like siphoning the gas tank. It's like siphoning the gas tank. That's been the story for me as I'm watching this. He's just investing in that body because it's going to pay good dividends down the stretch in this fight. And being the older fighter and have been through a lot of wars and having a hard time making this weight in a long time, guess what?
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
You can wear him down. You can break him down a lot sooner than you think.
And a right hand to close out round two.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Joe, Tim, Bernardo, and Mark with you here from Michelob Ultra Arena, Mandalay Bay. Top-ranked boxing on ESPN. Exciting night. Super Bowl weekend has arrived, and the showstopper, Teofimo Lopez, will be defending his world championship in our main event. Getting a good look at Keyshawn Davis early on here against a former titleist in Jose Pedraza. Another three-punch combination from Davis.
Look, Pedraza closing the distance. Keyshawn is allowing him to, and now he's just teeing off in spots, catching Pedraza out of position. You see Pedraza switching from southpaw to orthodox.
Good combination from Davis. Then he goes with the right hand. Left hook comes up top. Davis in control here early on around three.
In complete control.
Wow, the body shots you picked up on that. Look at him double up that right hand, including the uppercut. This is very good sharpshooting early on from Davis, isn't it, Timmy?
He's breaking him down. He's already starting to break him down.
Right hand splits the guard. Davis. Headshot after headshot against Pedraza here in round three. Pedraza trying to match fire with fire for a moment. Davis had a great opening minute here in round number three.
Look, if your game plan is just to come forward and throw punches at Keyshawn Davis, you're going to get hit with shots like that. You would think the veteran Pedraza will be trying to attempt to set up his shots and at least use a jab on the way in. He's not doing anything. He's walking through the front door. Keyshawn Davis has allowed him to, and then he's picking him off in the inside.
Combinations, body shots, lead punches. Every offensive weapon being shown in this third round from Davis. In the first half of the third round alone, he landed 20 power punches.
Tess, I'm looking at the legs. What the legs are showing me from Pedraza is that it was a tough weight cut. He hasn't made 135 pounds in 4 years. His legs look very unstable. Every time Keyshawn lands something significant on him, you see his legs somewhat wobble. This game plan as of right now for Pedraza is not going to work. You got to be better than that. You see the defensive prowess of Keyshawn.
Pedraza trying to go to that body and wrap around that right elbow.
There's no power on those shots.
Nope. Look at Keyshawn just shaking it off.
He's arm punching.
He's landed 23 body punches, Keyshawn Davis. Doubling up that left hand. Excellent round.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Superb third round by Keyshawn Davis, where he threw 62 power punches and landed 39 of them. And now the doctor is going to look at that right eye of Jose Pedraza.
Over here.
39 power punches absorbed in that last round alone by Pedraza. And we sat with Keyshawn Davis yesterday and talked about Pedraza and perhaps what he brings to the table. So let's get something straight. He's not better than me, and I'm not going to sit there and play with that old man. He hasn't. He has come straight out. Meanwhile, this is what's going on in the other locker room of our championship fight. That's Jermaine Ortiz from Worcester, Massachusetts. His trainer, Ricky Gonzalez. First world title challenge for Ortiz. However, he has been to the top on the big stage because he earned the right to be a true contender when he went up against Vasily Lomachenko back in October of 2022. And he went 12 rounds. He showed he could stay with Lomachenko. He had a very good first half of that fight before the former pound-for-pound #1 rallied late. He also had a superb win against Jamel Herring, the former super featherweight world champion. So Ortiz in every way has earned the right against a couple big names to get into a spot like this against Teofimo Lopez. That is coming up after this co-feature. Let's check in with Bernardo.
I was speaking with Luis Espada in Jose Pedraza's corner. He said, I told him I need him to use the entire ring. Don't do this. I don't want you in the in-fight struggling. Box him.
He's fighting with his heart instead of fighting with his mind. You know, and that has to do with he knows that this door is about to close on him. He knows that if he doesn't win this fight tonight, then he may not get another opportunity. This could be it for him. So he's putting it all on the line. He's not thinking in there. He's fighting with his heart, and he needs to fight with his mind. And you got Keyshawn Davis just taking full advantage of his aggression. Ineffective aggression, Tess.
It is effective aggression.
Ineffective.
Davis has been accurate, landing 54% of his power punches.
Pedraza is a shell of himself. You know, I don't care what anybody says. I told you guys, it depends on what he has. I'm not taking anything away from what Keyshawn is doing. He's looking spectacular. You know, he's inside the pocket. He's not allowing Pedraza to work. He's taking, blocking, he's countering. He's doing what he needs to do. But at the same time, you just see that this is not the same Pedraza that we've seen in the past. The weight definitely drained him and took a lot out of him.
Keyshawn, pull it back.
Oh.
Stop. Stop. Don't look at me. Don't turn. Don't come and pull it on. Keep that head up. All right, we're good. Go.
Back to business. Going to take a short break, come back for round
Listen
5, and we will
gentlemen.
hear from Teofimo Lopez in his locker room as he gets ready for his title defense. Don't go anywhere.
Right there at the bell.
Live Sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live Sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Keyshawn Davis with a 104-36 connect advantage through 4 rounds. Mark Kriegel, how do you score it?
All right, stop.
40-36, 4 rounds to none. Keyshawn, listen, he's so much physically stronger. Even when Pedraza scores, it feels like he can't generate any power. I feel like we're just waiting on a KO.
Pedraza's tough. That's one thing I know. He's tough. He's only been stopped by Tank Davis.
I was at 130 pounds.
No knockdown. Stop. Sorry. Let me go in.
If Keyshawn's going to stop Pedraza, he's going to have to start putting combinations together. And it's going to start by going down to the body and continually weakening him.
Work out of that, gentlemen. Work out of it. Keyshawn, pull your arm out. Pull your arm out. All right, stop. Pull it up when I say pull up.
It's about time. Pedraza finally threw a straight punch right down the middle instead of just trying to smother and get it on the inside.
Jab to the body again. He's landed over 40 body punches to this point.
So what I'm seeing, Tess, is just the relaxation from Keyshawn. That's what's impressing me. He's not spooked by the fire. He's not as spooked by the pressure that Pedraza's putting on him and trying to get inside and maul with him and wrestle with him. He's actually seemingly comfortable in the inside and doesn't have a problem with it.
Stop. No punch.
And Pedraza has not been at the pace that he told us he would prefer to be, and that's because of the dominance of Davis coming at him. There's a right hand from Davis.
Pedraza's doing all the work for Keyshawn.
Yes.
All the work for him. It's exactly what Keyshawn wants. So he can land shots like that again. But the breakdown process has to continue round after round. Keyshawn has to break him down to the body, little by little. There's no power on those shots coming from Pedraza at all. A lot of arm punches.
Stop. Straight back. Go.
Now, there's plenty of power from the shots of the guy who's the star attraction tonight, and that is Teofimo Lopez, who has been so dynamic. Of course, there's been Heisman nights with the one-punch knockouts. There's been sensational efforts, and he does so with a viper quality. He is a twitchy athlete, and now a 2-division world champion who will be defending his WBO junior welterweight title, lineal title, in just moments against Jermaine Ortiz, and Bernardo is in the locker room with him.
How do you top what you did against Josh Taylor, defending your bout against Jermaine Ortiz?
Well, first off, we top it by having me on the face and the backboard other than Jermaine Ortiz. My whole thing really is just focusing on what more can I do. That's it. You know, I'm young. I'm 26 for crying out loud. I haven't hit my prime. And just with doing what I've been doing, it's not impressive to me. I mean, maybe to the world it is, but I have so many tricks up my sleeve, and I look forward to putting some more on display tonight.
Two-time lineal champion, Slick Boxer Gordo. That's what your father has been calling for. What does that mean in terms of the show you're going to put on for the fans tonight?
Well, what it really means is just having fun. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. The definition of slick boxer Gordo is just having fun. You know, when I have fun in there, there's moves that people never seen before or haven't seen in a long time. I look forward to doing that tonight. I look forward to giving everybody a show. It's the greatest showman, the showman.
The greatest showman is going to have a great ring entrance, Joe, when Teofimo Lopez defends his belt tonight.
Yeah, that is the theme, the showman here in Vegas. As you see the artwork, even the font that has been chosen for this title defense, everything is the showman circus theme. And he's very excited and saying, listen, I like when boxing does the big, grand, over-the-top ring entrance. And that is what he has planned. He didn't want to give too many details yesterday, but we know it's circus themed and it's going to be over the top, and that is coming up in moments. He talked about having more tricks up his sleeve, but not even in his mind reaching his prime yesterday, and just simply going out there and having fun. And he has a very game opponent in front of him tonight in Jermaine Ortiz, but you just get the sense that Teofimo Lopez wants to make tonight special with how he closes the show.
Tess, in the biggest events, he's always showed up and showed out. This is one of the biggest events of his career. He's the headliner. It's here in Vegas, the Super Bowl weekend. He's definitely going to want to show out tonight.
Another good body shot from Keyshawn Davis, and now the right hand comes in against Pedraza, and now he's got him backed up against the ropes, and he's teeing off as Davis has Pedraza off balance. Another big headshot, big right hand, backs him up into the corner, and this fight is over. Bloody, beaten, battered is Pedraza, and Keyshawn Davis delivers. The biggest test of his young career, and take out a big red marker and write A+ on it. That was sensational from Davis.
That's a two division world champion that he just knocked out, that he just stopped. Tess. Let's take a look at these replays, how he got it done. When Keyshawn wants to turn it on, he can turn it on. He can change gears. You can see that starting with the jab, coming behind with the right hand. You see Pedraza right here, squared up inside the pocket. Doesn't have good positioning here. You see the follow-up shots, and then you see the killer instinct. Big right hand around the guard of that high guard usage from Pedraza. And this is a great finish by the young phenom, Keyshawn Davis. Just following up, knew the referee was going to step in eventually.